so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Amen. Amen. I welcome you all to our hearing today. Hearing today. This is the Committee of Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions of the Senate, and we do apologize for coming a little late. We've been on other assignments of the Senate, and so we asked for you to please bear with us. I will yield the mic so that my colleagues may introduce themselves.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleague, invited guests. I remain Senator Chuku, representing Enugu East, member of this committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues, our invited guests. My name is Dr. Chuku, representing Anambra, member of this committee.
And I'm Senator Nega Emerson, the chairman of this committee. Again, you're all welcome. Claudia. That will be first case.
So, good evening, distinguished ladies. Today, the first case is between Mr. Kenneth Emeka Anwulu versus Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC. Is Mr. Emeka around? Is NEPC around?
I, Kenneth Emeka Anwulu, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
The evidence I shall give for this distinguished capacity sharing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So as we go. Please turn off your mic. Mr. Kenneth, good afternoon. Can you please briefly sit down? Briefly tell this committee why you're here. Briefly.
Sir, my name is Mr. Chairman.
Who's your mic?
Mr. Bishop, Chairman of this members and my fellow colleagues. And the reason I'm here is that I wrote petition against my office because my job was terminated. It was unjustly terminated. I wrote petition against them. Then for clarification why my job was terminated unjustly. So, my explanation. My name is Kenneth Emeka. I'm Minister of Commercial North. I was employed by Nigeria Export Promotion Council in 2001. I was contained in the data of the director and traffic number ADM SM738, which is hereby attached to this written submission, and it's one. I was employed into the council as the post officer in the technical cadre, and with that I worked in the service.
Are you reading from?
No, it's my written submission, sir.
Okay.
And when they said July 1, yes, I was employed into the council as the post officer in the technical cadre, and with that I broke in the service and I was accordingly promoted. My last position was the 29th day of January 2020 as contained in a letter with reference number 8 grade level 1, which is attached to this written submission as NKECHI. My career started sometime in 2007 when I sought for conversion from technical cadre to engineering cadre after I became a certified member of the council for the operation of engineering in Nigeria, Korea. My application for conversion was rejected by the head of service of the Federation, and he communicated to me proof the immediate my engagement address from the council in a letter dated 19 September 2017. The reference number EPCs, the copies of my Korean certificate and the letter from my EPC denying my conversion was hereby attached to this written submission. 3 and 4. When I was informed of the decision of the head of service and the reasons given for refusing to convert me to engineering cadre, despite possessing the required certificate as clearly stipulated, I wrote a letter dated 21 September 2007 to the head of service of Federation seeking for clarification. The said letter is hereby attached. It is my further submission that when my immediate employer got both notice of the letter I wrote to the head of service, the management of the council was not satisfied with my boldness, and then they came up with all manners of allegations, one of which was that a law firm in the name of James and John wrote a letter accusing Nigeria Export Promotion Council of industries as regards staff participation in international trade fair, and that my name features as one of those that instructed the law firm to write the said letter. It is on this basis of what was stated in the preceding paragraph, the council issued me a query on 11 September 2018, which I responded to that same day. And on the following day, 12 September 2018, I was summoned to appear before a disciplinary committee of the council. At the disciplinary committee, I was not given fair hearing on the committee, and the committee did not make the copy of the said letter and the other documents with which they based the allegations against me available. The copies of the query, response to the query, and notice of meeting of the committee are hereby attached as Annexure 6, 7, and 8.
On this 5th day of October 2018, I received a letter from the council that placed me on indefinite suspension, and my appointment was subsequently terminated on the 15th day of October 2018. The termination of my appointment came to me as a shock, despite the fact that the committees would not prove the allegation of serious misconduct against me and would warrant me dismissal as provided by the civil service rules. I took it upon myself to write official apology letters to the council pleading for the dismissal to be reversed, but all alternate others. The copies of letter of suspension, letter of termination, and letter of apology are hereby attached to Annexure 9 and 11. So permit me to also draw your attention to the fact that allegation of false claim against government offices as the basis of termination of my service cannot be sustained against me, and the very fact that the issue raised in the letter is not false. Given the circumstances that I found myself with the management of the council, I am not in doubt that the management was looking for a way to sack me. Hence, they put up all manners of allegation as to suit their narratives. It may interest you to know that my office file, the file number EPC 1270 was tempered by one Mr. Uzo, now retired. When it was aware, but nothing was done to discipline Mr. Uzo during the time of director of Oko that was also staffed. Rather, they kept frustrating me during my promotion, as I was invited 7 times without seeking for the promotion because nobody to set question for me. Others were promoted and I was left behind. Bullying the refusal of the council to revise the condition of my appointment, I wrote to the House of Representatives of Niger Assembly, the House of Representatives Committee on Public Petition. Did someone meet twice, which I appeared and I attended the hearing on the 15th and the 3rd of March 2000. But the House of Representatives Committee would not make the recommendation or publish the finding before the end of the term. The copies of the summons hearing notice to our clients hereby attached. Sir, it's not in doubt, given the present economic situation, the quick summary of the reason given for the termination of my appointment clearly showed that the decision was so travesty and baseless, because the decision was not commensurate with the reason relied upon, but because the decision was not commensurate relied upon by my employer. The reason are as follows: that I wrote a letter to the director of my department, NKECHI, in 2003. It was alleged I breached the office protocol. That I wrote a letter to inquire from the head of service of the Federation why staff that acquire HND ICANN can advance in their civil service career and be promoted up to grade level 17, while their counterparts that acquire HND Korean and their civil service career on grade level 14. It was alleged I breached the office protocol. However, I got verbal directive from my deputy director, now staff. A letter was delivered in the office of the executive director, CEO, in the name of a law firm. It was alleged I was the one that instructed them to write, despite the fact that the letter did not mention my name as the person that instructed them to write. The council held me responsible for the said letter because my name was written as one of the staff that never participated at international trade fair. Relief sought. Sir, it's as a result of the above fact here enumerated in this written submission that I have a plea for the swift intervention of the Health Citizens Chamber for the unconditional receipt of my appointment with the Nigerian Export Council. All my documents I was on all my that I'm always regularly and willing to come forward to present a further submission on all the necessary documents that will assist the Health Chamber, to which is finally as may be further directed. Inclusions a copy of letter of offer of appointment dated 13 days of 2001 with reference number ADN-SM-10739 attached as Annexure 1. Copy of last promotion letter with reference number attached as grade 09, attached as an exhibit 2. Copy of the Quran certificate and the letter from NEPC denying me compassion are attached as an exhibit 3 and 4. Copy of letter to the head of service of federation attached as an exhibit 5. Copies of the query response to query and notice of meeting of the committee are attached as exhibits 7 and 8. Copies of letter of suspension, letter of termination, and letter of apology are attached as exhibits 9, 10, and 11. Copies of the summon hearing notice to the client are attached as exhibits 12 and 13. Thank you, sir. Now, the chairman, I rest my case.
Thank you. Nigerian Export Promotion Council. You heard Mr. Kenneth relate his ordeal, if you should call it that way. And what's the response to this? Please sit down.
Thank you, sir. Distinguished Chair, Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions, distinguished members of this Senate, other guests, and my colleagues from Nigerian Export Promotion Council. I am here humbly representing my Executive Director and CEO, who is unavoidably absent, but directed that I represent her. And I'm here with my other colleagues who are directors and also the legal team who are knowledgeable about this case, who will also talk on this. Permit me, Mr. Chairman, please to invite the legal team, the HR, who are very knowledgeable about this case, to speak on this matter. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, John. Did they take the oath to use? All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, and every other protocol duly observed. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Kenneth used to be the staff of NKECHI, and he has given an account of what happened and transpired within the period he was with us. Mr. Chairman, my name is ABUJA Benjamin Chima. I'm of the legal unit of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. I am well and very familiar with Mr. Kenneth, who is a friend, interestingly. Within the period all of this happened, he is here. He will be sure, he will attest to the fact that some of us had advised him on his temper and manner of approach when he does things. But we are here already, and in that light, I want to inform the House that you already have our submissions clearly before you. That is our written submission. Mr. Kenneth has been queried severally, and that will be on the file, and that will not in any way be different completely from what you are saying. I don't want to take us directly to revisiting everything that has been submitted to you one after the other, because it's already before you. Mr. Kenneth is very, very important and states that he is being a little economical with the truth, with what happened and transpired while he was at the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. It's important I state that the queries answered are within you and with him, and in this, he actually replied those queries. The affirmations he made them. The public service rule is clear, and we did not manufacture them. We followed them, and I didn't want to begin to read them here out one by one. They said, Mr. Chairman wants us to go that light because we have all stated them within your core group. The public service rule made it clear for everything that happened and the steps taken. And those are what the management decided following the public service rule accordingly. And his responses are within your purview, sir. I will pray this house to look at those issues with you, and if there are areas where we need to be asked questions, so we don't take the whole time today. So we'll respond to those issues as they come one after the other. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have a very simple question to ask. So, are you an attorney?
Sir?
Are you an attorney? Are you
Yes.
a lawyer?
Yes.
Please tell us, the genesis of all of this started from when he asked for his conversion. Is that correct?
Before, that's not correct.
Okay, how did all of this start?
The genesis of this didn't start from when he asked for his conversion. It started from when a petition was written by a group of people who felt aggrieved that they have not been attending trade fairs about 25 years. That was where it started, not because of his conversion. And for his conversion, it was the parent ministry that even informed us that he was not supposed to root that petition in that way, that we were supposed to actually query him for doing that.
All right, I'm looking through. I'm looking through your records here.
Yes, sir.
You said that in 2008 that he wrote a petition to the Senate complaining of inhuman treatment and violation of his right in the Drug Export Promotion Council without routing it to appropriate. So that's the first, right?
Yes.
So for not complaining in-house, you took the complaint to the Senate.
Yes.
So that's the first infraction, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Second, on 5th January 2010, the officer wrote directly to the EDCO on appeal for the release of his promotion letter to grade level 8. And he also said without routing same that letter through the appropriate channel of communication as obtained in public service. So that's 2.
Okay.
3. On the 6th of March 2010, he wrote yet another letter directed to EDCO titled Appeal for the Release of level 7 and 8 promotion letter release. Even when he failed the promotion in question and was unable to attempt the previous ones. Again, the officer was verbally warned for failing to route his appeal through the appropriate channel. That's number 3.
Very well, sir.
On 17 March 2010, the officer was queried for refusal to carry out official directives. He was issued a warning. On 11th of March, he wrote a letter of complaint titled Letter of Appeal on his outstanding promotion to ED. Again, he failed to route this through the appropriate channel. That's number 4. On 21st January 2011, Mr. Who wrote yet another letter directed to ED, caption appeal for change of my last promotion date. He was advised verbally to always control his emotions and acquaint himself with the PSR. That's the service rule. So that is frequent and frivolous, also substantiated adverbs. On 27th, he wrote directly to the ED again and was warned verbally to desist from such act and follow the appropriate channel of routing. That's 5. On 27 January 2014, he wrote yet another letter to ED without writing same through proper channel. That's 6. And he said, considering the foregoing, the council had no option than to terminate his appointment. And the reason is for improper routing of petition letters in line with rules, service rules, this, that, and that of the PSR. However, the senior staff committee considered the economic situation and the impact of the situation of this pandemic and recommended termination of appointment for service no longer required. Dissatisfied with the outcome of the termination of his appointment as a result of the offense listed, the officer wrote a petition to the National Assembly public petition. The council substantially appeared before us. Based on committee directives, now this is my point, which is why I asked the first question. If the reason why all of this started was because he required into his conversion, you said that's not the case. But I'm reading the grounds upon which his termination rests. And the 5 ground, I mean, there's more than this, but this is the main artery of it. That he refused to route his petition through the proper channel.
Consistently.
Yes, that's I numbered them 6 times. The very first time was in 2008. When he didn't route his petition through the proper channel, the promotion council looked at the main reason, why to attend to his inquiry as to why he wrote that letter. I mean, the gist of that letter was something. The council looked into that issue. I asked that because if the council did, perhaps we would not have gone over and over again 6 times to have to be asking for the same remedy.
I should think that he should have dared to channel it through the proper channel.
No, that's not my question. Okay? If you can't say you can say. You are a lawyer, I asked you a question about it.
Yes.
So the question I asked is a simple question. He wrote a petition.
Yes.
And the petition spoke of an issue that bothered him.
Yes.
The council just said because you rat it through the wrong process, you threw everything away.
Yes, that is the public service rule.
You wouldn't even
that's the
consider why you
didn't. That means you didn't come.
So meaning you didn't write.
You didn't write.
So in the eye of the public service.
Yes, you didn't write. It is not seen.
And so he went in for the 6 times, and the 6th time was not seen.
Yes.
Okay. It was not seen because
we didn't see him. It was the authority he wrote to. Which
no. I'm using a language.
Okay.
You can be in court and he just says, I don't see you.
Yes.
Meaning all you say is garbage.
Very well.
Okay. So he's been filing this garbage from 2008. So as far as the commission was concerned, it was not heard, it was not said.
Yes, you are not. It's just like when you are not proper before the council.
Excuse me. And so everything that he said, the council did not see, did not hear it.
The council wouldn't have read it.
Okay, very good. But when it came to the one he wrote on the 27th of January 2014, the same thing, the council now read it. Right? If the council didn't read it, how did they take action?
That's where I'm actually going to.
Okay, so educate me on that.
Yes. The public service rule is clear about like reporting. There is a clear means of communication. you must communicate through your direct boss, even if you're petitioning your direct boss. And you can now copy the higher authority. That's the procedure. If that is not done, you are not proper. And in this case, that didn't happen continuously until the higher authority had to write to the council to say he cannot do that and you did not query him, and the letter is attached.
So like I said before, the premise of which was dismissed,
yes,
was because he didn't channel his grievance, his letter of grievance through the proper channel, right?
Consistently.
How many times?
6 times.
6 times.
From my record.
And it's more.
Okay, so
When you asked him what was his when you asked him what was his decision, what was his opinion, what was the response?
I didn't get you.
When you asked him the reason for not passing through the proper channel and then his private service, what was his response? Do you give him fair hearing? That's what I'm asking. To know why he did that. Do you give him fair hearing?
The senior staff committee, that's where he met, where he attended the meeting, gave him fair hearing. Fair hearing is whether did you attend the meeting, where you ask questions. That's the fair hearing, and he was giving fair hearing.
That's what I'm asking now. When he was giving fair hearing, what was his response? What was his reason?
What was his reason for not rooting? He did not. Yes, he did not believe in the system. That's why he did it continuously.
I think the important thing here is to find out from Emeka, from Kenneth Emeka, why he didn't put his petition through the right channel.
The petition I wrote was before the petition, just complained to my director, my intake director, director. I was doing the petition I wrote. One of the people embedded into my file and forged my signature. It was queried. If they can come with the file, it was queried why he tempered my file. I don't know the decision they took about it, but it was queried. All this one I said, I didn't write petition up to 3 to 4 times. When I complained, I was invited 7 times for promotion. I will sit down to write the petition. I just come to me and nobody to say the question. 7 times. You can't, when they decided in our language, you can't beat a child and ask him not to cry. And the point beating the president, my others will be promoted, I will not be promoted. And I complained to my director, immediate director, DD admin. Every time of Oko one, they just employ him from private sector, and then this stay long and they sack him because he did not understand the process. Well, handling the office like he as if he's doing his private business, and in this stay long, they now sack him. One is Oko. It was the one that concerning everything, fighting with terrorizing everybody in the office. You don't know, this also misuse of people that paper my price is friend. You don't know why they did this such simple thing. But I wrote the more than 3 or 4 times, not up to 6 times. And just complain about why people refuse to give me promotion. I never said anybody give money, anybody give this or that. What's my promotion? That's why my complaint.
Were you aware of the right road that your petition to be followed? Are you aware of the correct route that your petition should have followed?
As I followed, actually, when I followed the normal process, when I wrote to my director, the officer, that it is needed to me, that I needed to me. He did not always forward it. He kept it there. He did not forward it. I wrote 5 times to him. He didn't forward it. And I decided to say, what will I do? They just keep me just like somebody they do. So let me try another pattern, whether it will be good. That's why I started trying that way.
Is there evidence that you wrote to?
Yeah.
I didn't know that I would come to this stage. All those letters I am not documenting them. Those letters I know that I will not put inside my file. Just write it and.
Promotion can sure you have access to his file.
Very well.
Is there any letter in his file indicating that he did write to his immediate superior?
There is none. His file is here. You can go through them. And they are all arranged serially. And for every petition he wrote, he said he didn't write up to 3 times. It is there. And his responses are there. We didn't manufacture them.
Mr. Kenneth, yeah? My learned friend, my colleague just asked you, I want to ask you again, how come haven't been warned a few times to follow the proper process channel? Why did you follow that channel?
So I'm preparing, I went locally to report and I complained. At times I will write. Nobody
yeah, but if you were able to write to the head of service, write to National Assembly, why would not be able to write to your immediate boss or whoever you are?
The head of service, I went to my direct lady that he told me about it. I went to sir, please, can I write this petition to inquire, complain of that? Why? This was a personal letter. It's not a personal letter, but inquire. That's great information. Why people that have HIND, BSc, are different products from that have HIND. Just go about our meeting, because we are friends, we do things together.
So that was not official. That was not official.
No official letter. It's a personal letter. They call this not an official letter.
So it is safe to say that you didn't put anything in writing.
No, I didn't put anything in writing.
But you chose to put everything in writing to the head of service to everybody else. But after the first warning that you should desist from writing directly to the head of service or to the EDCO and so on and so forth, why did you not stop that and then do the proper thing?
The letter I wrote direct, and I think that I wrote direct are only 3 letters. The other one, I found it through the operator. Like when I wrote to my GD, it's the right channel. My immediate GD, sir.
Is it true that that we have paid all your entitlements? Is it true that we have paid all your entitlements?
They gave me what is called parking allowance.
What is it?
Parking allowance.
What's back allowance?
And they made a cycle, which is money that we used
to relocate you
out
out of the place.
That's what they give me, that's 400 or 500. It's 500. I've not collected any of that money.
You say that you were supposed to go to your pension administration, did you?
When they didn't allow me to the office, all my things was stolen. They said I should not enter the office. When I come here, they choose to go to the state as if I commit anything, but I will not allow. All my property was stolen. All my things were stolen inside the office.
Tell me this letter to the law firm. Tell me about this letter to the law firm. What letter was written to a law firm? What letter was written to a law firm, to a lawyer's office?
They say they just play the letter against my mom. I'm not the one that wrote the letter. They didn't write anything. They just an allegation. They say I wrote a letter. I never wrote any letter. I consigned that. My signature, my names are not there.
So your name was on number 13 of that list?
Yes, I did benefit from the, we have made it, I did benefit from international trade flight, about 13 or 4. So somebody wrote it and took my name. My signature, I just signed it. I didn't do anything, I didn't know where to write it.
Alright, how long did you work for the Export Promotion Council?
I worked for 18 years.
18 years?
No, that's 17 years.
17 years, yes. And for 17 years, apart from this issue of routing letter through the improper channel, did you receive any other query?
No, sir.
Turn off your mic. Turn off your mic. Promotion Council, yes. Let me direct that question back to you. Apart from this improper channeling of his letter of grievance,
yes, sir.
Is there anything on record to indicate that he was put for other infractions?
I cannot remember.
You have to file something.
I cannot remember exactly the number, but apart from this, he had one or two other queries that had no relationship with.
I know, I said apart from
Yes, he
this
does.
illegal rerouting.
Yes, he does.
He does.
Yes.
The file is in front of you.
It's fine.
Can you please tell us the nature of those queries?
Where he was given an assignment, an official assignment, bordering on his job directly that has to do with on the 17th of March 2010, the officer was queried for refusal to carry out official directive. He was issued a warning letter. Please see annexure 15 and 16.
So tell us the annexure. What exactly was that about?
Okay. This is the query. He said, you may wish to recall that on the 11th March 2010, your SIOMO directed you to purchase diesel for NEPC generating sets, and you bluntly refused to carry out the official directive. This behavior of yours is tantamount to misconduct, which can lead to termination of appointment according to Public Service Rule PSR number 030301. In view of the aforementioned, you are requested to explain within 24 hours on receipt of the query why disciplinary action should not be taken against you.
So, did you respond to that query? No, I want to go by the record. I want to go by the record. Did you respond to that query? I'm not asking you. No, I'm asking you. Did you respond to that query?
Yes, he responded.
Okay, what was his response?
He responded to the query, but what I'm seeing here, I think we should maybe check the reference number.
And based on his response, was there any resolution taken?
Yes.
What was the resolution taken?
The resolution that I'm directed to refer, that I mean 16, I'm directed to refer to your response to the query issued to you on the date for insubordination, and to inform you that your response did not exonerate you as such. You are warned to take your job seriously. You warned that a repeat of such act will earn you a more sanction.
Okay, is there any other petition? Is there any other query? No, this is fine. The drop is fine. I just have to take more
he actually said he was thinking that would make the EDC take his matter seriously. He was issuing a query without.
Is the query for us?
Yes, it is here. It's on Annex 9. On 12 July 2018, the council received a letter, yes, from one James and John law firm. The letter which raised the issue of injustice in the NKECHI as regards staff participation at international trade fairs, attached the names of staff so affected. It was discovered that your name featured as number 13 on the list. The contents of the letter are not only false and misleading, but also malicious and capable of putting the council in bad light. From preliminary investigation, the two registry officers in charge of receiving incoming mails clearly identified you in the presence of 6 other officers as the person that had delivered the mail. In light of the above, you are requested to explain why disciplinary action should not be taken against you for acts of misconduct, serious misconduct, arising from false claims against government officials, contrary to PSR 030402F. 2. Acts unbecoming of the public officer, contrary to PSR 030402W. Your submission, which should be concise, is expected to reach the undersigned within 24 hours of the date of the receipt of this letter.
All right, Mr. Kenneth, what do you have to say about that letter?
I'm not the one that I know. I was a maintenance officer, but I work directly with this.
You are what officer?
A maintenance officer.
Maintenance officer.
The office employ only one dispatch driver. When he's not around, they have tried to put in my account why didn't I carry his job? But I was doing my job was I can just somebody come, you don't have to.
So therefore, at the time that there was no driver, did you take the letter to?
So when they went out for dispatch, I'm the one in the office if I didn't receive it, query was come out from one way or the other. I received the letter, I work on his behalf. Even when they say not to, two of us training together because they want me to work with it, but they employ only one dispatch rider. So every letter they say, well, you know, I will be the one receiving it, sending it to the appropriate authority on his behalf. That was what I did. Submitting, collecting letter and submitting. I didn't open, the letter was sealed, secret, and I went to submit it. I didn't open the letter to know what is inside. He said that I said that, so everything is there. No, I didn't say it, sir. I never said
so
that.
Let me read paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4 of your response to that query. You said, sir, as you are aware, this letter has been investigated, and I know I really wanted to say no law firm answers this name or registered with the name. And you now say that you presume that the person produced the letterhead, I'm sure letterhead what to write, to get the EDCO attention. Did you make that statement?
Yes, I know don't understand why I made the statement.
So you made the statement?
It was rumoring that I was the one that wrote it. Now I go to Google to check whether they are such a law firm exists. Because they know actually who write the letter. So I did the investigation myself. That I now find out that I was no law firm because it was rumored everywhere in the office.
And then you also presumed that the letter was written.
And I find out that no law firm. And I said I presume my kind of
that letter was written.
Maybe that was
to get the attention of the COED. That letter, the said letter. Yes, the said letter. What was it about?
Okay, the letter from the law firm is centered on calling for injustice in respect of trade fairs attendance. And at NEPC, attendance of trade fair has nothing to do with, it has to do particularly with your job sharing. He is a technical officer. And international trade attendance, maybe when there is a fair that has to do with engineering, which is not actually what NEPC is concerned about. Our fairs are majorly about agriculture, dresses, and whatever. And fairs are not of rights. They are privileges.
All right, I'm doing it better myself. Mr. Kenneth, please turn off your mic. Mr. Kenneth, this trade fair business, are you involved in it?
Yes, sir. Some of my colleagues usually, people that are working council, usually report. I can see that people in the party to put my name out.
No, I don't. Do you know who represented?
I don't. That's what.
And so I just said the person that you didn't ask the person to put your name. If you know the person
that indicated me now.
Yeah, but you don't know who did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you are saying that you didn't ask the person to put your name.
Sorry.
You are saying that you didn't ask the person to put your name. And in the same breath, you are saying you don't know who did. Now, have you attended that promotion council? I mean, the trade fair before?
Yes, sir.
Have you attended one before?
I'm not attending.
Has any of your contemporaries, any of your co-workers attended?
Yes, they attended.
How many times have they attended? But they are your co-workers. You know how many times have they attended? You attended a few times, right? You attended a few times, right? I'm not saying you, your colleagues, they will attend a few times. And each time they attend, they don't put your name to attend. Does that get you angry? Okay, did that get you mad? Did you feel bad about it?
No, I didn't think bad about it.
Alright. I'm going to the second, I'm going down to your response to the last paragraph, or one of the last paragraph. And I read, I appeal that you tender mercy with justice and forgive us. I have learned from my mistake. Anytime I'm collecting or receiving letter, I will check the content. So for you, the reason why you think you are the author of this letter because you received it. And you are saying the reason why you received it because the person that was supposed to receive it was not on duty. And so you received it on his behalf. Okay. Promotion Council, you heard his explanation.
Yes.
Is it true that there's somebody assigned to receive mail?
Yes. You have an official dispatch.
Right. Is it also true that if the official dispatch is not on duty, that he has in the past received mail on behalf of NPC?
He should put us to the strictest test, because there should be a letter conveying that.
Letter to what?
Conveying that he should deputize.
No, I'm not asking for. I don't want to be legalistic here.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
No.
If he has in the past, on behalf of NPC, received letters.
No, sir.
That is delivered to the office.
No, sir.
So it's only the dispatcher.
Only the dispatch, right?
Is the dispatcher still working in this office, in the office?
Yes.
Is he here?
He's not.
You could ask him to bring him to tell us. Because I can imagine that in any office, how many dispatchers do you have?
We have 2 each time.
Two at a given time.
2 at a given time.
So you have not foreseen,
One
it has not occurred.
One has been upgraded because he wrote further exams and has been uplifted.
So how many do you have now? Put your hand down.
Right now we have 1.
Okay, so if you send this one now to dispatch, to go dispatch a letter,
Yes.
while he's gone dispatching that letter,
Yes.
the letter is sent to be delivered to your office.
Yes.
So the letter will go back because it's not there to receive it.
No, he does not receive letters. He's a dispatch writer. Letters are received in the office of the CEO.
Oh, no, hold on. So the dispatch person is not person working in your place.
He works here.
And that's what I'm saying.
He only dispatches.
He doesn't receive. He doesn't receive. So when letter comes, it goes straight to.
It goes to the office of the CEO. The registry of the office of the CEO receives letters.
And so who receives it there? The secretary or the clerk or something?
We have an officer
that receives letter.
And
the letter is documented and.
Yes.
Okay, this particular MPC letter that came from this lawyer's office.
Yes.
Was it entered in your receipt, in your register of receipt?
Very well.
So who received it?
The same person who receives letter, and I'm sure maybe if we go through, if this happened how many years ago, go through, we'll see exactly when it came in, but it will be stamped.
So
received.
What I'm getting at is that the letter came. The letter came from a dispatch rider, right?
Yes.
And then
sir, the letter must not come from a dispatch rider. An individual can become a dispatch. The dispatch is the act.
Oh, okay. Let me get to right. So this letter from the purported lawyer's office.
Yes. Was delivered.
By who?
By somebody. And
is it him?
In company of him.
They both went.
Yes.
To deliver it.
Yes.
In the office of who?
The CEO.
The CEO office.
Yes.
Who is that other person? Do you know?
I don't know.
So when any letter comes to that office,
yes, sir,
and it's received by the office of the CEO,
yes, sir,
it's entered into a register.
yes, sir, it is stamped receipt.
Stamped receipt, and then it's documented in the register.
Yes.
Is the person who delivered the letter is he noted in that book?
Mr. Kenneth who received the letter himself and delivered to the office of the CEO.
That's the connection. That's the nexus I'm trying to find. So the person who actually took this letter to the CEO was Mr. Kenneth.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Kenneth, how did you get this letter?
Sir, I work in the same office with the. If they can change the record, they will see the training we went to.
What's the office with you?
There's the training we went for. They have that as at then there was no dispatch. There was only one. That's the Friday by name. So we were in the same office. We were in the same office. So even my
no, let that alone. Stay with the person I asked you.
Yes,
so are you the one that received the letter from someone who brought it from us?
We record that we have a record. When we record it and send it to the appropriate authority. That's how.
Which is serious office.
When they take video.
Hold on. Don't talk too much.
Yes, sir.
Don't talk too much.
Sorry.
So you are in the front office.
Yes, sir.
And the letter comes to the front office.
Yes, sir.
You're supposed to go to the CEO's office. But he is telling us now that the letter does not need to stop at that front office, it goes through to CEO's office.
So there are some people that usually go to CEO.
I'm not talking about some. So did you hear him say that?
Yes, sir.
So I bring a letter now to the MPC.
Yes, sir.
The letter I take it to the CEO's office, not another office before CEO's office. Is that the procedure?
It's not the procedure. We have
Okay,
a
that's the procedure.
letter. It should be the record book. Let's see whether it's only the CEO.
Okay, where is the record book kept?
One is kept in our office.
Where's our? Is this CEO office or your office?
One is kept. One, there are letters that the CEO received. They are the ones we receive also. Me on Friday.
So there's another registered in your office.
Yes, sir.
In your office and Friday's office.
Yes, sir.
Where when letters come, you receive it and document it.
Yes, sir.
There's such a register?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, sir?
No, I'm sure he's mixing it up because that's not his function. The register.
Turn off your.
Okay. The register at the dispatch rider's office is the register for dispatch. The dispatch rider does not receive names. So he would have thought that register he sees there, that the document each time also receives, he doesn't, and it has never received it.
Mr. Kenneth, if I ask that you should produce that register in your office,
yes,
or dispatch, that dispatch register,
yes.
if I ask them to produce it, are you sure that we can find in that book where you received it?
Yes, I've been receiving letters. It's also saying that when he went on leave, Friday, usually go on leave. I'm the one receiving letter and going outside to
We're not talking about dispatch. We're talking about letter that comes from the office that is going out. That's
yes,
dispatch.
even the office.
We are talking about letter that comes into the office.
Yes, sir.
That's what we are talking about. That's two different things.
Yeah.
No letters that NPC writes and they want to send out. We are talking about letter that comes in to NPC from outside. Do you have a register for that one?
Yeah, what is that? I was going
No. Answer me. I don't want explanation. Answer. Do you have a register for that one? Is that registered in your office? Can you answer the question straight up? I just explained to you there are two registers.
Yes, sir.
One for receipt, which is in the CEO's office,
yes, sir.
and one for dispatch, which is in your office. I'm asking you now, when you say you received the letter, if you receive that letter, is it recorded in that dispatcher's book that is in your office?
Sir, can you allow me to explain before I answer?
No, explain to me. Just answer me. Because there are two registers now.
There's when the letter came one time.
Do you have two registers in your
yes,
office?
we have one big register. We record all the whole file, but all the whole letters then. We record all the whole letters.
That does what? Is it that comes in or what that goes out?
Yes.
When the person to receive it there in the ED office is not around, the letter was to receive and submit. My director wanted to give me query. Madam Tuko now retired. So why do it? Why you went out? You didn't receive letter. All this, sir. It's like what I'm saying is 100% true, sir. I receive and I also record. I don't know what I get from life. I work on his behalf. They sent to a book about training together. And we went for training together, and I'm working on it. We work together. When there is nobody to receive it, they ask us to receive. When we refuse, when we come through that way, they say I refuse to do my job. So this one is the that's how we work. Yes.
NPC. Anyway, hold on. Let me yield to my colleague to ask you. NPC.
Yes, sir.
See, I'm going to ask for those two records. I want to see. The committee wants to see this too because he's saying that there are times he receives letters. You are saying that such times do not exist. And so if it's true that it does not exist, it then means that somehow the letter from the lawyer office was taken from him to CEO's office. But if he's authorized or if he has functioned in the past receiving letters on behalf of FPC and FPC didn't worry about it, then there's the possibility that the letter would have also come that he received. And it doesn't make him the author of that letter. Because what you're making us believe is that he wrote that letter and he sent it to the CEO's office. And I'm trying to create a nexus between how that letter got to the office in the first place. If he's saying he doesn't know anything about it, and we are saying, oh, he knows everything about it, I want to know the truth.
I work in the division. I want to clearly say that letters calling to the council will be received at the office of the by the staff, the designated to do that. Why those one going outside the council? You go to the dispatch clerk to record, to stamp, and take it to their pocket. But this particular letter, there was even an approach that was made about it. That who received this letter, how did it come about? How did they come about it? It was actually observed that this letter, the person that brought it, came in along with Mr. Kenneth to submit the letter. And the query was made and it was established.
So the person came along with Mr. Kenneth straight to ED's office. So therefore it was not entered in any register that was supposed that he said that is in his office. Mr. Kenneth, did you get that?
Sir, yes, letter came now, somebody coming from outside, all this bicycle rider. They didn't know the ED office. We took them there. That's part of our job. This is where you will deliver the letter. I've done it many times also. Taking people there where in the right place. The letter is not the one that I will receive. I take him to the ED office to submit the letter there. I will lead him there, show him the place. That's a part of my job, but that's what they asked me to do. But if you tell the person to report me.
Are you an electrician?
I'm an electrician, sir.
You keep saying this part of your job. I'm trying to understand how the relationship between dispatch, receive letter, and electrical.
That was the situation I found myself. So I should be assisting him. And I can't say no, but say no, I will still receive payment. You know, we start coming in the house. I have to do the job, sir. I have to force myself to do it. The job was too much for me, sir.
Mr. MDC,
Yes, sir.
is it true that apart from electrical assignments, he has such other assignments such as this?
Sir, Mr. Kenneth is not designated to receive letters. Let him tell us.
No, forget about designation. We are saying, as your company is, does he at any time receive letter and submit it? Yes.
Or do any other job?
Outside electrical, he does not do any other job. That is his job, electrical. If I work with the Nigerian Export Commission Council. If someone comes into the compound and wants to deliver a mail, I can assist the person because it's a normal thing to do. Because the person is new and I work there. I can walk up to say, this is where you submit your letter. And that does not make it my job.
Okay. Where, Mr. Kenneth, where's your office? Room what? The location. And do you share the same office with dispatcher?
Yes, the same chair. This is my table. You are here at the second table. And as I find my change, it's only dispatcher that the office employed. It's that this area, they employed the second person. He was only the one working. When he goes out, I took over the job and I assisted him.
All right,
I took over, get me that job.
All right, thank you. Turn off your mic, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, our visitors. My name is Engineer Patrick Silvers. I'm Senator representing the member of this committee. I want to ask, you see, your council is Export Promotion Council. Am I right? Yes. I know the council very well. You are not a construction firm. You agree with me? Yes. The building is not so large or enormous. The probability is there that this person is employed as electrical technician, am I right? Senior technician, fine. Which means he may not have work every day. In fact, there might be a week he will not have anything to do. You agree with me? Come on. Yeah, we'll spend much time.
No, I don't agree with you.
Do you agree with me that there might be a week he may have no electrical work to do?
I don't agree with you.
You don't agree? So every time he's busy doing electrical work.
Very well.
Every time he's busy doing electrical work.
He does not do only electrical work. He knows what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know. Explain to me. He's what I'm talking.
He does technical jobs. It's not only electrical.
Like what I
does.
get. Like what I get.
Vendors have issues, when doors and doors have issues,
Okay.
he's there. When we need to get a plumber, he's there. When he services generally, so he's very busy.
Because these services happen every day.
In a month, for instance, service happen every other day. Because how many we have a 3-floor building. plus a penthouse. 5.
Well, and it's the only technician.
Yes. And with order to use, so is he the only one? Some are retiring.
He's not the only.
He's not the only one.
He's not the only technician.
He's not the only one.
Okay, sorry. Let's get it right. Please. I'm coming to you, Mr. Kelly, because we want to unravel certain things so that this issue and will come to conclusion after like this. One, the point I'm looking at, okay? Please. In Nigeria here, most people in Nigeria are Christians or Muslims. Most. You may have some or the so, but it is too wrong if we pray. It will be too wrong if we pray 1 million times in a day and every very simple thing will fall out. So let's take facts as it is, so that here we will deliver justice. That's all we have to. Justice. Okay? Now, he cannot be. As a technician, I'm an engineer. He helped me well before I became fellow. I have worked in other less positions. Okay? So, and you cannot tell me that every day he is busy. No. I've been in the ministry before. Okay? And you cannot even, there are weeks that there will be a week he has nothing to do. I'm assuring you. And if you have such a building that every day is struggling with plumbing, electrical, doors, then that building is complete rehabilitation. It was not properly done. I'm speaking as an engineer. Engineer, not theoretical. I've been in design, I've been in construction, I've been in maintenance, I've been really involved. I've come. So that's what I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. I put it to you, it's unacceptable. So tell us what we can believe, what we can understand, so write that one off. But what I want to know is there any time that it could be sent to do one thing or the other concerning this? Now, what you are telling us is that every mail that comes into the council moves straight to the GD's office. I do know that there is supposed to be a place that is a kind of reception. There will be dispatch, there will be reception, they will receive letters, they will distribute to ED. When they get to ED office, they will be registered there that it will be entered. If they get to any other office, maybe it was addressed, they have their own research, they will start going. But those offices, when they will have finished, they will return back to that pool. So if your own organization is different, that's what you are trying to paint now. That every letter, if a letter is coming to him, they will bring it to the ED. From ED, it will now be dispatched to such a lesser person in the cadre. Are you getting my point? That's what you are trying to infer here. So, explain to us properly. And possibly, Chairman, yes. I might think that women are judged. Next time they are coming, they bring the dispatch person. If it's the same dispatch person that was sitting with him in the same office that have been promoted, fine, he should be here. Was he promoted when, before? I'm not asking you any question. Was that person promoted when he was still there or when he had been shown the way out?
So I want to answer your questions collectively.
Answer this one I asked you, please. You don't know that in the court. Answer the one I asked you. I said, was the person promoted when he was still there, or when he had already been shown out, way out? When the person was promoted? Just answer me that out.
It's okay. The person was just promoted recently.
Good. So by that, if chairman accept that, as we adjourn, the day you are coming, let that person come. 2, the day you are coming, let the registrar, whether for reception or for delivery, all the registry books concerned, let's say it. So that if we are satisfied with you, it's out. If we are not satisfied with you, we'll give statement that is just simple and that our whole spirit cannot have issues with her. You understand me? Because that's all I want to do before you. Because I cannot agree with what I said. I'm sorry. And I cannot totally agree with what he said. I'm sorry. Thank you.
So, I hope you understand what you just said.
Yes,
Clearly, let me make this point. Clearly, what we want to see is justice, like you said. This issue is resting on 2 prongs. 1, his incessant disobedience to the civil service rule by bypassing his superiors and writing directly to the ED over matters that has to do with his conversion. And 2, the forgery or this purported letter from a law office that does not exist, that you said cast aspersion at the Promotion Council. I agree on that. But he is saying that he has nothing to do with that letter. That his name appeared number 11 or so does not mean, because other names are there. Other names are there. It's not the only name there, so it should be singled out. So it doesn't mean that. But if it's true that that letter came from him to NPC, then we want to have a second look at the whole allegation and the whole process. If it's not true, then we also want to look at the whole process, whether or not it's fair, whether or not his offense is the offense that he committed is commensurate with the punishment that he got. That's the whole point here. And so for us to come, because if that letter emanated from him, that's a problem. So we want to see those registers. But apparently it's been established now that there are 2 registers, the incoming mails and the outgoing mails. We also want to hear from the dispatcher, because only the dispatcher can tell us that him or no one else accepts letters, or that he does not at any time act on the dispatcher's behalf when the dispatcher is not around. If that is also proven, then there's a problem. So we're asking for 3 things. The dispatcher, that dispatcher, at the pertinent time that he was working, which you now said has just been promoted. So he's still around, he's not dead, he's still with Promotion Council. And the 2 registers. We want to see them. I will play.
Can I respond?
Yes, please.
I want to make it straight. Administration is a style.
It's a style.
It's a style. At the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, any letter comes in for the CEO. That means that letter is directed to the council.
Yeah.
Personal letters are personal letters.
Yeah.
Personal letters do not need to hit the office of the CEO. They are personal. a dispatch rider can come and say room 24, Nigeria Export, Ben at your room 211, Nigeria Export Promotion Council, 442, Maitama.
Was this letter a personal letter or official letter?
Personal letter. That's what I'm saying.
So written personally to who?
Personal letter, written personally to who will come to me straight.
That's what I'm saying now. The letter in question was written to who?
But the letter we are talking about is to the executive director.
It's official.
It's an official letter. No, I want to clear that.
Oh, we know.
No, sir, I want to clear.
We can decipher between official letter.
No, I want to clear that there are only 2 registers. An incoming and an outcoming.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And a dispatcher cannot
work.
anyway.
Cannot work. Oh, that's fine.
It is only the dispatch rider that dispatches.
We've heard all of that. How do you bring your dispatcher that has just been promoted, who shared office with him? I don't know who that's still share office. Who shared office with him? And the 2 registered. That's what we have to do. We want to see. We also want to see how letters come and go in your office. That's all. All right. So please, we are going to adjourn. We are going to adjourn this sitting for us to have this information because this information will now enable us to come to a conclusion as to how we're going to resolve this matter. So in the absence of any other things now, we're going to adjourn this meeting saying that the clerk of the committee will communicate to both parties as to when we're going to reconvene again. Please note what we said we need. We need the 2 registers, we need a dispatcher. That had just, what's the name of that dispatcher? Friday. So we need Friday here on the next sitting day. This hearing, this particular hearing is adjusting that.
This case is between the versus ONWUANIBE Security Planning and Advisory Committee. Mr. Arochukwu around. Mr. Arochukwu. Mr. Arochukwu. His application is on.
It's not around. Who is around?
Is ONWUANIBE Security Planner around?
Where
Yeah? What? No, I said ONWUANIBE Security. We are coming to your office. ONWUANIBE Security Planning Committee.
All right, I know that case. The case of Arochukwu for Obona Esquire versus ONWUANIBE Security Planning. Both parties haven't failed to appear. This case is also adjourned saying that.
Then the next case on the agenda is UC Oparago and Co. on behalf of YUGUDA versus Niger Delta Power Holding Company Limited. Is Mr. Yakubu Gaku around? Okay. Okay, Power Holding Company. Niger Delta. Okay. Let's go back. Go to the other seat. Yes.
I, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth.
I, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Please turn off your mic. Again, let me welcome you to. Again, let me welcome you to our committee meeting hearing. As we were dealing with other case, two of our distinguished senators came in. So let me give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. Right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues, our guests. My name is Senator Ibrahim Khalid, and I represent Kaduna Senatorial District from Kaduna State, the Vice Chairman of this committee. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I thought having spoken there was enough. My name is Engineer Patrick C. UGUDA. I'm the senator representing in ONOH, the second member of Parliament. Thank you.
Aruchuku, right?
No, sir.
This one. Okay. You see Oparugo on behalf of Yakubu. Okay. All right. Is this case before any court?
No, sir.
Can we hear from Mr. UC Oparugo and Company on behalf of Yakubu Mbaka? UC Oparugo, is that a law firm?
Yes, sir.
So should I assume that you are the lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And that's your client?
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell this committee what the grievance of the clients, the grievances are?
Thank you, distinguished chairman and members and distinguished members of this committee. Once again, my name is UC Oparugo for the petitioner. Chairman, ours is a petition against the abrupt termination of the petitioner's appointment without cogent reason. The petitioner felt that the termination of his appointment was not in line with the law. So he now petitioned to this committee, the Senate, to look into the circumstances surrounding his abrupt termination of his employment. That is why we are here, sir. This is our second time.
So, can you tell us what happened? When he worked, how long he worked, the events that gave rise to his termination?
Okay, sir. Chairman, the petitioner was offered a letter of appointment dated 12th January 2015. And that letter of appointment also contained a clause that he was going to be on the 6 months probationary period, subject to, before his appointment will be confirmed. Now, he commenced that probationary period and eventually completed it. And another letter of confirmation dated December 8, 2018 was also given, addressed to him. Now, according to that letter, sir, it's December 8, confirmation of appointment. Yes, sir. Chairman, according to that letter, sir, he was placed as a grade level 1 officer in the Human Resources Department. So he commenced working in the organization. Furthermore, on the 28th day of January 2015, he came up with a request for a better placement. It is dated 28th January 2015, and that letter was addressed to the GM Human Resources NKECHI headquarters, Maitama, ABUJA. Chairman, with your kind permission, sir, I would just want to read the first paragraph, sir, just to help the committee, sir. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. With reference to your offer of junior appointment on 12 January 2015, reference number NDPXC/NPP/HR1392/2015, I write to request you to give me a better placement in line with my result of National Diploma in Accountancy ND from Vadei Polytechnic, Book, Benue State, 2010/2011 session. I will be very grateful if my designation is changed to align with my qualification. Honorable Chairman, I will want the committee to please take note of this last comment. I will be very grateful if my designation is changed to align with my qualification. Thereafter attach his results and letter of appointment to that letter, sir. Chairman, further, sir, I have another letter here, sir, dated February 26, 2018. Chairman, that letter is also addressed to the petitioner here. And the title of that letter is Letter of Disengagement. And if the chairman also permits me, the first paragraph of that letter will also be important to this committee, sir. It says, we write to convey management's decision to terminate your appointment as a security personnel with effect from 1st March 2018. As you may recall, security services in NKECHI has been outsourced to a vendor, and unfortunately, there is no opening that matches your skill set, qualification, and experience at this time. This is the first paragraph of the letter, thereby telling the petitioner here that there is no vacancy in the security personnel where he can continue working. Meanwhile, sir, the letter I made reference to, that letter dated 28 January 2015, request for a better placement, he made it very clear that he would be grateful if his designation is changed to align with his qualification. That is accountancy. He does not know anything about security. He never studied security studies anywhere. He applied based on his results as an ND student in accountancy, and he had the result and attached. But he was sent to the Human Resources Department. After a while, a letter was addressed to him that there is no vacancy in the security department. Whereas he has also requested formally that please let me be sent to a department where I have skill and qualification with which I applied for this job. So that is what I want the committee to look at, sir.
Thank you, sir. You mentioned Dr. Paul. Yes. I'm sure you heard your former employee make his submission. Do you have anything in rebuttal?
Yes, thank you very much, distinguished chairman and members of this committee. Thank you very much for inviting us. My name is Chief. I'm the managing director. And
out of deference and as the usual practice, I decided to come personally, appear personally at this meeting. And I thank you for inviting us. When I got the petition, the notice, apparently that was the first, and the clerk is just telling me that they sent a previous one, which I didn't have. But I know I must put something before the committee. So I decided to, I told my team to put something for us, look at the records and put forward something. I have that here, and I will just seek the indulgence of the chairman to just pass it on to you.
Can you speak to what?
Yes, quickly, I also want to mention that I'm here with the general manager in charge of human resources, Mrs. Olufukawa. He was employed as security under human resources and posted as part of the security to the erstwhile managing director of the company. When we came in, when the former managing director was removed, as part of the courtesy for a managing director that served for over 10 years, we left them there for over a year and subsequently recalled them to headquarters. Later on, the security system was going through restructuring. The whole security system was outsourced. We asked the new company that provided security, check through our team if you can pick anyone that meets the requirement. If not, you have the liberty to work with your staff. Unfortunately, they were not engaged, and because security has been, that's what he was employed as, and that is what he worked as security. There were 4 of them. There were 5 of them. Because their services were no longer required, and purely in accordance with the law, they were given letter of disengagement, termination. They were paid.
I'm sorry, let me stop you here. I just want to add something. I'm looking at Suite Niger Delta Holding Company Limited. Suite number this.
Yes.
Saudi Olam somehow.
Yes.
And another.
Yes.
Versus Niger Delta.
Yes.
Is still involved in this.
No, so there were 5 of them. 2 of them went to court.
Oh no, he was a member of that 5.
Yes, he was a member of the 5.
I want to call for what?
So the 2 of them went to court to challenge that global termination. Yeah. So why I put it there, Mr. Chairman, and I'm very happy from listening
Was
to
he among those who went to court?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. But the subject matter itself, is the same and was decided by the court, and they said for the same thing, same issues, same facts, same time, same people engaged in same employment. The court said that the disengagement was not wrongful. We paid them. He collected all his entitlements, payments in lieu of notice, his gratuity, everything he has collected. And also to point out, this is over 6 years. I listened to the lawyer talking about non-lawful. This is over 6 years. Nothing. Then after 6 years, it comes up, it comes to the National Assembly, it comes to the distinguished Senate to say that his appointment was wrongful, it should be reinstated after 6 years. And after calculating all his terminal benefits.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. See, Mr. Yakubu, we don't have annex here, your letter or your application for employment. Before you were employed, did you write any application?
It was CV.
Huh?
It was CV as submitted.
You didn't write any application?
How do you hear about the vacancy? Sir? How do you hear about the vacancy in the place of Niger Delta Power Holding.
Is the former MD
That told you about the...
yes, sir, that gave me the appointment letter.
As the one who employed you as security man.
Not as a security.
As what?
I was employed as posted to his house as a domestic staff. So when they retired him, they now asked us to go to office. We went to the office. That was to report 2nd January 2018. So, reaching there,
I'm listening.
okay. Reaching there, they will only ask us to come, like 2 times a week. Till that first March, we were disengaged unexpectedly. Nowhere, nothing was given to us.
Who confirmed this your appointment? Is it the former or this present?
The former one.
He wrote you this letter of confirmation of appointment.
Yes, the gym HR. And I was placed at HR when I was employed.
Okay. Sorry. You were listening when I was speaking before, is that we have Christians not dominant, Muslim dominant in this country. Wherever we are, let all food be asked before elders, so that don't motivate somebody's conscience, because conscience are not open, only the truth can help it. One, you were employed by the former MD as a domestic staff. Underline it, Mr. Lawyer, underline it.
Did you have your accounting...
I didn't ask you to talk, I said
Did you have your accounting degree by then?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, that's fine.
Good. You were employed as a domestic staff.
Yes.
Posted to his house
Yes.
by him. And you, now, he confirmed that appointment by giving you the job of security and saying grade 1. Salary grade 1.
Yes.
I didn't see any letter objecting to that here. Letter of objection to that appointment. It's not annexed here. 2. Now, it's after that you now applied that you'll be given better placement.
Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So, you have been employed for a specific purpose, right? And you have been confirmed, and you accepted the confirmation. You now ask them to adjust your position in the company. Listen, it is clear you were engaged as a domestic staff. In the first place, you ought to have, it was not written domestic staff for any other CEO that will come. You may have gone with him from day one. Are you getting my point? You may have gone with him from day one. And if you were retained after that, it's just on humanitarian basis. On humanitarian basis. Again, it happened in this country that they now outsourced security work. You understand me? And in that case, once that job is outsourced, that vacancy is finished. Now, for you now to be converted to another job here based on the sole annex certificate you are bringing now is only on the basis that there are such a vacancy existing. If it's not existing, they are not bound. Are you getting my point? So, that is it. And again, if they would have converted you, they would have maybe taken you as to position equivalent to that one. We are there as a domestic staff or written security. Maybe you are taken as a messenger, maybe you are taken as a cleaner in the office. So all are subject to availability of such vacancy. I don't know if you are listening. So, and lawyer, the question now, I hope he's understanding, because it has ND or OND. You said ND. Yes. Do you know that ND is stronger than OND? I better know it, because in case you are put in test.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. No, ND is higher than ONG. Exchange is higher than NG. I know what I'm saying. So, can you allow us to deal with this in a good place? How about that one? So, I know what I'm saying. Wrote it here. Now, so what we are seeing here is this. Mr. Lawyer, advise him properly. You have, they said they have paid you all that is entitlement to you for exiting you, and you have accepted it over 6 years ago, and now welcome. Even if you have right here, which I'm not saying you have right, I'm not saying, even if you have right here, you have in law, I'm not a lawyer, I'll borrow from you. You may have slept on your legal rights. Did you hear me well? Let the lawyer interpret it to you. One, you accepted that money, you have consumed it, finished. Now you came back. But the most important thing is you were employed for domestic staff of person to want to have gone there. Any other person coming may not need you as his own domestic staff. Are you with me? I think I'll drop it at that point.
All right.
Thank you.
No, we're not going to flood this issue. It's a very simple. Lawyer, my learned friend, I'm always very happy when I have lawyers come with their clients. It makes the work a lot easier for us. The issues are clear, you should know that. I asked him a very pertinent question. Whether or not, how did he get the appointment? He said former NT employment. As what? He said as a domestic staff. And then asked him, did you have your accounting certificate at the time you employed? He said yes. So in other words, he knew that he's going to work as a domestic staff in spite of his accounting certificate. And he has started the job. That's one. Two, this matter occurred 6 years ago. And he has collected his monuments and everything that is entitled to. I'm not too sure that because it's a long time I practice myself, but I'm not too sure what the start of limitation is. But in all contracts, it will be 6 years. 6 years. Unless it's been amended, I think it's still less 6 years. So if it's 6 years, I think that matter is behind us. Third, in employment agreement, to hire and to fire is in the hands of the employer. The problem is when they fire you for a wrong reason, but they can fire you for no reason. You should agree with me that an employer can fire you for no reason and no longer need their service, and that's the end of the story. But it is when you now go further because you stole, because you always come late, because you are always dirty, because you have not done what you are assigned to do, and then the court cannot interrogate whether those allegations are correct. And where they are found to be incorrect, they still reinstate him. But for no reason at all, I don't think it's anything that anybody can look into. But in any case, this is over 6 years. He has collected his emoluments. And as much as we want to bring justice to our ordinary Nigerians, we should also look at the other side and see the fairness of such decision that we take here. So it's going to be the opinion of this committee that in case. All right, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Just I read what the chairman is trying to rule on. I just want to draw the attention of the lawyer that it has been said that this matter, I mean, part of the people that were disengaged or were retired, they took this matter to court, and the court has decided on the matter. Is that not the case? So I think if we continue like this, it will just go the same way. Yes. You as a lawyer, you know that. Even though he's not a party, the subject matter is the same. Yes. So you should be able to appreciate the fact that The chairman has already said everything that needs to be said. So I think we don't need to.
Can I say one or two things, sir? Chairman, sir. Right. Okay, thank you, sir.
Chairman, first of all, I want to start by saying that the issue about this matter going to court does not apply to the petitioner at all. In whatever decision that is arrived at that matter in court, the petitioner does not have anything to do with that because he is not a party to that suit. And whatever decision the court takes in respect of that suit does not apply to him. That's what he said to sir.
Councillor.
Yes, sir.
I just we are both lawyers. I have 39 years at the bar. I have 39 years at the bar. I used to run around courts to run up and down and all that. So there are certain things we still remember. And this is just one of them. You cannot take the benefit of that action. He has been let go. He has enjoyed the emolument and everything. He didn't reject at that point. And it is 6 years back. So 6 years forward.
Chairman, he has been writing with us before this time, sir.
Let me finish. 6 years forward is here before us. But like I said before, I took time to read the letter of termination. I was looking for where we were going to say because he's not qualified, because he comes late, because of this, because of that. I didn't say anything there. It was just straightforward, we don't need your services. And it's in their right to do. So I'm going to dismiss this case. And I'm sorry to do that, but this is what I have to do because I don't see anything that I can hold against the respondent in this matter. So this case is dismissed. Thank you.
Here on the fourth day versus Electricity Distribution Company, EEDC.
No, before Aaron, I'm sorry. Aaron, before Aaron, call Ochika, no, okay, Aaron, go ahead. Aaron, go ahead. Is anybody electricity
distribution around?
But why is this first appearance? This is second appearance. The first appearance, did they come?
No, sir, not.
Put them on the list, let's see.
Can't hear you. Hi, Aaron Affordable. Police solemnly affirm that the evidence that I should give before this distinguished committee shall be truth, no truth, and nothing but truth.
Please sit down. No, turn on your chair.
Standing on the suspected protocol, I, Atlanta Chukwu Fortunatus, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
So as we have it, we have Aaron Affordable versus ABUJA Electricity Distribution Company, EEDC. Second hearing. Is EEDC present? No. Mr. Aaron Affordable. Last time, the first time that this matter was heard, you sent a representative, right? You sent without any letter of representation. And that's the reason why we adjourned that matter. you are here in person now. Who is the other man on the right?
It's part of the company.
Part of the company.
You're part of the company. Is he going to give any evidence?
No.
All right, Mr. Allen, tell us exactly what is happening.
Well, it's been over 26 months. Trying to get the EPC to give us the right to the mind. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, distinguished senators. Over 26 months, we noticed that we have been overbilling. We wrote to EDC to look into it severally. No response. We have to take the matter to the NEMSA. NEMSA asks us to check to make sure that every of our things that's active is being done properly. If not so, we came back to them again and said, we're still seeing the same overbilling. They said nothing they can do. Went to NEC, explained the same thing. They invited EDC, they didn't come. Finally, April, sometime in April, I have to see my senator, to report the matter to me about what we are doing. What we are doing. After I had raised it up, that's when the EDC started making some moves by accepting the overbilling us. By accepting the overbilling us. Came around, offer us something. I said, we said to them what the overbilling us is not the right thing. So we're going through the.
Please, can you let us know what they have offered?
They offered us somewhere 7,228 kilowatts. I would say to them, that doesn't reflect the reality of the loss of revenue and public gain. So we're going through the news and find out that the NEC is a channel that you can find out what they're doing. We went through that, we find out that they're supposed to be refunding us 128,000 kilowatts. So we write to them, say, why are you lying to us that this is what you're supposed to refund us? And they say they're not supposed to refund that. It's unmetered people they refund such money. Now I'm here now, they're calling me to come to the office that they're here to reconcile with us. So the problem we're having here, we do not even trust the same EDC that denying the overbilling us, that refuse to refund what the NEC asked them to refund. They say it's nothing to do with anybody, it's them have to decide what they refund us. Now I'm asking myself, the same person that robbing me and the same person that decide what they're supposed to refund us. So I was very confused that the same people that are robbing us, that the same people that decide overbilling us, decide what they're going to refund to us. We decide to come back again, that we're not accepting the offer they're making. We can't resolve this issue with them. There must be a third party to resolve the matter. That's why we're back here again.
All right. Your matter is kind of very clear and simple. Very clear and simple. Unfortunately, EDC is not here again. When your proxy was here the first time, and they were not here, you are here now, they are also not here. So apparently they are disregarding the notice from the committee and the Senate for them to appear. What we're going to do in this matter, if we have to subpoena them to come, we have to subpoena them. And I think we are getting to that point now. We want to subpoena them to appear by force to this committee, and that's what we're going to do. But you know, I don't want to rush into this judgment to say this is what you said. They are entitled to their say, to their day here in hearing, which is the principles of fair hearing. So we're going to accord on that. But what we're going to do is to ensure that the next hearing date that they will be here. If we have to subpoena them, that's forced to come, that's the salary we're going to do. And so I will apologize for making, well, do you live in Abuja? So you came all the way from Enugu?
Yeah, so you were from Enugu.
Okay, so I'm going to apologize for making you come for the second time with Enugu EDC not appearing at all. I can assure you that in the next sitting, they will be here. So bear with us, and we will have no choice now, unless my colleagues have one or two things to say. So I'll adjourn this case, and then my clerk will let you know in due course when we'll be appearing again with the EDC. At that time, we'll be able to come to a resolution over the matter. So bear with us. As a result of the absence of EEDC, we're unable to get to the bottom of this matter. So we'll adjourn this matter, same die until we communicate to both parties when it should appear again.
Thank you.
Mr. Etta, thank you for coming. Sit down, please. What is your position, Mr. Etta?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Kende Samsi. I'm a General Manager, Regulatory of Governmentals at Airtel Network. I know the letter was addressed to our CEO, but he had actually traveled before that letter came in. So what we did was actually write to this committee and distribute to ensure justice is absence. Yes,
Are you familiar with this case at all?
Well, yes, Mr. Chairman, I am. To the extent that I was at NCC in 2019 on this same subject matter. It's a case that's lingered for 20 years.
So who are going to settle it? It's up to 20 years.
Well, good question, distinguished Chairman. We look at the petition. There's nothing new there. What we've been canvassing for the past 20 years. I think I don't need to point out why this grant for this one. In 2019, when he brought this matter to NCC, because I don't, so they said I'll put everything down in writing. I don't want to waste the time of this committee going through the history of it. We sent our response to this petition. I recall in 2019, just to cap it, we put a cop into that. We proposed to pay him 1 million naira. And that was out of respect to NCC, out of difference to their intervention, because he went to NCC called us, and NCC actually suggested that in order to settle this matter, we need to actually make some
compensating. Now, I also need to clarify that the compensation was not out of culpability on our part, or maybe we were...
Was this still before any court before?
Sir?
Was this matter before any court before?
Well, he took us to court. I'm actually getting to that. He took us to court at some point, but for lack of diligent prosecution, the matter was actually struck out in court. So, and I think it's the only court that he has been to in the past. He's been to the different fora, you know, for one thing, for one thing or the other. He went to Lagos Ministry of Justice, he went for ADR, he went to radio station just to blackmail the Airtel, the commission. Because you asked me the question why this has not been settled. And the reason is because of his unreasonable claim of 1 billion naira. The facts are there. He bought, he bought an item from Airtel, from a dealer, not even an Airtel shop. He bought an item which...
From your agent?
From
your agent?
Yeah, not our agent, or the general agent, because the agent was being used by us, MTN, and all of that. They only happen to have our products. They are not our authorized or single agent. So, long and short, he bought that item here. He claimed the item was defective. He took it back.
How much was the item?
It was about, the total was about 12,000 naira. It was about 12,000 naira. So he took it to them that this item was defective. Now, they took the item from him to have a look at it, whether it was actually defective or they need to replace or repair. And I think in the course of doing that, he proceeded to grab other items on their shelf, including a bag containing money. So I think in the course of that scope, the staff of that shop then involved the police because they consider it an incident of criminality or theft. So police came in. I think they took him away. And I don't know why police didn't even actually charge him for any offense. But he was subsequently released, and then this whole matter started.
All right. Then very, very simple.
Yes, sir.
Is the 1 million offer still on the table?
Well, Mr. Chairman, we are happy to reopen that.
I want a commitment. I mean, I have officers. Give me a commitment. Is the 1 million naira still on the table?
Well, if we will defer to this committee.
So if we agree with you,
yes, sir,
that the 1 million naira offer still an offer to resolve this matter amicably, if we agree with you, we will Airtel make a commitment to.
We will consider it, Mr. Chairman.
That's the level of consideration. No. Now we have a commitment. Will Airtel offer?
We will offer it. We will offer to make that offer.
Right.
If the committee decides to.
All right, thank you. Don't say anymore. That's all. All right, my distinguished brothers have agreed with me that this matter has lingered for too long for no good reason. And we also have to applaud Airtel for being so magnanimous, first of all, for becoming, and for also agreeing to stick with the offer of 1 million that was originally offered. The committee will have resolved that the 1 million naira offered by Airtel should be sufficient to address this matter that has lingered on for over 20 years of thereabout, so that this case can be resolved amicably. And the petitioner was here before. That's the reason why we're allowed to say your piece. They was here before, and was able to also say his piece. We have both responses from you and from him. And so it's enough for us to come to this determination. And therefore, we are going to rule that the 1 million naira offered by Airtel will be our ruling in favor of the petitioner. And we also would like to say that we thank Airtel for being magnanimous and you know, I see it also as part of their corporate social responsibility to service their clients in the best way possible. And so we thank Airtel. And for that matter, we're going to adjourn this case and we're going to rule that this 1 million naira offer given to the petitioner by Airtel. And at the conclusion of that, this case will have been resolved and we off our calendar judgment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. So the only thing I want to know is what is the modality of this? But I don't want him to come back to us and say that oh, he's been coming back and going back and forth, they are tossing him right. So are you going to write that 1 million check in his name and give it and send it to my club? And we'll ask him to come pick it up here.
Yes, I will get back to Mr. Chairman, but we also, as you know, we also be very helpful for me as well, present here, to have this ruling across us. That's to form a very good basis for us to pursue your wishes. Very glad to have that. That will also help out. And the part of reasons for that is that, as you're aware from the record, this is not the first time. We don't want a situation where...
We've come to the resolution, that's it. So it's not coming back here again.
Okay.
So we've come to that resolution. But the thing weighing in our minds is how does it get this 1 million?
Well, I mean,
can you give us a time frame, 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Well, I won't say 2 weeks, Mr. Chairman, but I would, as soon as we have this ruling from this distinguished committee, we'll work on it. I'll also update the clerk to the clerk to let you know as soon as this.
No, is there anything you want us to do quickly? We can do it so you can take it to your management.
Yeah, the ruling will just suffice.
Will suffice. Okay. All right, so given that we both agree on behalf of the petitioner that this case be settled for 1 million, which has been what is put on the table, this case is adjourned for the respondent Airtel to comply with the ruling, which is the 1 million. This case is therefore struck off our calendar until the 1 million is paid to the petitioner.
Sule was manager of National Agricultural Council. So National Agricultural Council has written to the committee to inform the committee that this case is pending in court.
Oh, it's pending in court? Yes. Very good. What about Professor Monday when he said votes to withdraw?
Yes, he wrote to withdraw.
Who? The petitioner?
The petitioner wrote to withdraw.
Okay, that's
yes. And then the respondent said they are going to bring their letter to the committee. Inform the committee that the matter is pending in court.
Okay, so it is withdrawn and that's the yes. So any other case?
No other case.
Gentlemen, well, this concludes the proceedings of today. And this hearing today, and the hearing of this committee, when are we coming back? So our sitting is adjourned saying that until the Senate plenary resumes in September.